The Off-Road Zone is brought to you by CF Moto Canada. We're all in. Are you? Honda. Yamaha. Chaco. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Off-Road Zone. This week, we have an adrenaline-packed show for you as we're taking you to the SnowShoot, the annual event held by all four of the snowmobile makers in order to introduce us to their brand new machine lineups. So without further ado, let's travel all the way to Montana, USA, to a little town called West Yellowstone. The town's location provides the ideal environment for us to discover the new snowmobile models. What better place to shred some powder than right next to Yellowstone National Park? Every year, journalists from all over the world travel to West Yellowstone to take part in the SnowShoot, a fun-filled week where all the specifications about the new models are revealed so that they can later report to their respective media and create a buzz for what's to come in the following season. After all the security briefings, people visit the various manufacturers and book some time with the models they most want to review. Then when the time comes, they're allowed to take the snowmobile of their choice and take it on a test run. They can take pictures, video, and take advantage of this rare opportunity in order to test them out and get a feel for all the improvements that have been made over the year in that particular model. We're off to a great start with the 2018 Arctic Cat snowmobile lineup. Cale Wayner is once again our host for the brand, and he's here to tell us what to expect.
This is a beautiful day, and you chose to spend it with us this day.
I do. I brought you to a snowy area, and I even brought the sunshine today, so happy to be here.
It is, again, this year, a very, very important and nice year for Arctic Cat.
Yeah, Arctic Cat's worked hard this year. We work hard every year, but 2018 is especially important for us. We've got a lot of new projects that we introduced, one being the 800 Tech 2 engine. This is our flagship engine across quite a bit of our models this year, as well as we introduced a youth transition model, the ZR200. We're pretty excited about that. We want to get youth involved in the sport and keep them with our brand.
Why was it important to come out with a newer 800cc engine?
You know, we had a relationship with Suzuki for many years, and we wanted to improve upon that. Our relationship ended with Suzuki, as well did our 800 engine. We wanted to build an engine ourselves that was better than that one, more fuel efficient, consumed less oil, and had more power. And we succeeded in that with our own designed and built engine right from Arctic Cat.
So this is completely Arctic Cat engine.
Yeah, this is our 800 Tech 2 is completely Arctic Cat's own motor. We didn't get any help from Suzuki. We didn't get any help from our other partner Yamaha. This is completely Arctic Cat designed and built.
This year, again, you know, you guys improve engine size, engine-wise, and now you're modifying like the shape of the body of the mountain sled. Why do we need to do that?
Sure, it's important to us to improve upon our snowmobiles every year, and that includes the appearance of them. What we did this year across the board on our trail sleds and mountain sleds is a new bodywork. What this does is it helps airflow in and out of the engine. Obviously, you want new styling for our consumers to make it exciting for them.
Of course.
Yeah. And then in the mountains, we narrowed our bodywork on the Ascender platform, we're calling it. So what this does is it helps in the mountains that we can hold a better side hill.
Yeah, side hill.
Yeah, definitely. So that narrower snowmobile won't wash out on a side hill, so you can hold it more confidently.
And are you guys happy with all that new vibe that we like to ride more off-trail sled and stuff like that? I mean, that's just part of the game.
We've continuously improved on our mountain sleds, so that off-trail riding. Every year we've made our mountain sleds better and better for off-trail riding and more specific to mountain riding instead of sharing parts with our trail platforms.
Coming up, we continue our overview of the 2018 models from Polaris and Yamaha. Stay tuned.
It's a big year for Polaris. We have several new vehicles this year and of course a couple tweaks to our existing vehicles. New and for us this year is our new extreme crossover Titan, which is new to the industry and should be pretty groundbreaking. We also have a Switchback XCR and our SKS 146. So we have something for everybody. We decided that we needed a Titan vehicle because there's people that want to recreate but also do some utility. So this is the perfect crossover for them. They can do trails, deep snow, haul things. It's the best vehicle for anything people want to do. The Switchback XCR is more race inspired, so somebody who wants to do a bit more of aggressive riding, that's the perfect vehicle for them because it has a different suspension setup that's a little bit more aggressive on the trails and in some of the deep stuff as well. We put the XCR with the Assault chassis because we felt we take a lot of feedback from our customers and we try to make changes that are interesting to them and things that they are interested in. So yes, we do listen to what our customers have to say in order to create new sleds for them. Our model year 2018 is significant because we brought a brand new segment to snowmobiling, but we have a lot more up our sleeve for coming years as well.
Well, for this year, it is our 50th anniversary with Yamaha snowmobiles, and so when we look back at what we did in the development of 50 years, one of the things Yamaha's always done really well was expand the market. And this year we brought out the brand new Yamaha SnowShoot. And this is a model that we expect to sell a lot to not just snowmobilers, we will sell a lot to snowmobilers, but we also will sell them to a lot of non-snowmobilers and try and grow the sport. So last year we came out with the Sidewinder, which is one of the top models in performance-wise, and this year from the top, and this year we're going to come from the bottom with SnowShoot. So that was one thing that we did that was special. Another thing that we've done is with our limited editions, we brought out a whole bunch of 50th anniversary color and graphics packages, and that's what this is right here, the red and white 50th anniversary. Also some specification upgrades for suspension and different things like that you can get with an LE model. What we've tried to do with our LE limited edition models is we have them only available for a limited time in the spring, and that is the best deal of the year for our limited edition models. They're a specification upgrade. Otherwise, we have SEs and base models that people can buy throughout the rest of the year. One of the things we did this year, which is a little bit different as well, is we released a whole bunch of mountain models now. So last year we only had one. This year we have 6 variations, if I'm not mistaken. So we've really expanded our market with the Sidewinder, and as you said, we've done it across all different platforms. So whether that's STX, LTX, RTX, MTX, many different platforms, and it's greatly expanded our lineup. So we're really excited with the Sidewinder. There seems to be a great response in the industry. Sales have been good. We're up, and it's exciting to be on Yamaha again, so it's good. Well, that machine actually did go away for a while in North America because of emissions regulations, but all throughout that time, Russia was still able to use it, and they developed the machine, and over years and years and years, it became such a cleaner burning engine than what it was prior that it now fit within the North American emissions regulations. So we're actually very excited to have that machine back, and so are a lot of more rural, sort of utility-minded snowmobilers up in places like Quebec or the East Coast or the North. And they're very excited to have that Yamaha durability, reliability, and engine quality back into the Yamaha VK540, because it is a utility-minded snowmobile, and it's not just for pleasure. A VK540, it's certainly a very much a work-minded focus with that snowmobile. So we're excited to bring that back and offer it to the market again, and the market's been accepting as well. We've sold a lot of them this year, so it is a great snowmobile for us, and we're happy to have it back.
West Yellowstone is located in Gallatin County, Montana, adjacent to Yellowstone National Park. The population was 1,271 at the 2010 census. It was founded in June 1908 when the Oregon Short Line Railroad was completed. The town's name was changed several times until West Yellowstone was settled upon in 1920. For many, the town of West Yellowstone is a place to stay while traveling through Yellowstone National Park. The town is separated into 2 parts, residential and commercial at the Road D Parkway. South of the D Parkway Alley is mainly a business area. To the north is an area of homes and apartments. Locals know the area north of D Parkway as the Madison Avenue. The town has 1 school serving kindergarten through 12th grade. At almost 7,000 feet above sea level and almost exactly halfway between the equator and the North Pole, West Yellowstone experiences a subarctic climate with cold and sometimes bitterly cold winters and brief but generally warm summers. During the summer, the average low is 5 Celsius and the average high is 26 Celsius. During the winter, the average low is -17 Celsius and the average high is -4 Celsius. West Yellowstone holds the record low of any community in the lower 48 states at -54 degrees Celsius. Although Rogers Pass, Montana recorded colder at -57 degrees Celsius, the town's December record low of -51 degrees Celsius is the monthly record low for the lower 48 states. Now let's head towards the Ski-Doo BRP SnowShoot headquarters to meet with Jim Cote and Steve Cowing, our hosts. Steve had a lot to say concerning the 2018 Ski-Doo lineup.
This year the 850 increased from about 26% of our lineup. It now is available on about 60% of our lineup. You know, the MXZ and Renegade models that have the 600 HO engine, the 1200 and the 900 Ace, so you've got those spread out throughout the lineup. and then mainly utility snowmobiles where you probably won't see something like an 850 used very often. An 850 is a very, you have an Extreme 800, for instance, the Expedition Extreme, the 800R. It's a great seller in the European countries, not so much in North America, but we sell a few of them for sure. So the idea is 850 is really more towards the performance snowmobile and the mountain snowmobile. Yeah, the freeride really kind of took a big jump this year. We expanded the lengths of the tracks up to 165, changed the configuration to be a little bit more of a deep snow sled into longer lengths. And then on the shorter lengths, like the 137 and 146, we kept the wider ski stance in that one and heavy-duty reinforced running boards like an XRS would have. And that's really kind of geared to that rider that's a hardcore rider in the flatlands area more. And then the longer ones, again, the 154 and 165 are geared more to agility like a Summit, only with really good shocks. C-Motion is really kind of a cool suspension. We're combining the best of R-Motion and T-Motion here. So we've taken some tricks from each side, the mountain segment with the T-Motion, the trail side with the R-Motion, combine them to give them something that will really work for that crossover rider. The guy that looks like, you know, hey, I'm gonna ride down the trail, I gotta have a good ride. But when I go off trail, I wanna make sure I got something that's agile and really is a lot of fun to ride. And that's what C-Motion is gonna deliver. The C-Motion will be available on the Backcountry and the Backcountry X. So the guys that are already in the spring, they can get it with the track choices too there, some big, good track choices. You can go for the 1.6 Cobra, the 1.6 Cobra with the Ice Ripper in it. And then they can go to the 2.0 Powder Max, which is a 16 wide track to get some extra flotation. Well, shot development's probably been about a 5-year project. It takes a long time to develop some technologies. In this case, it's a pretty trick technology. The real need is for a mountain guy. Saving energy is huge for a mountain person. So if you don't have to pull start your sled 30 times, 40 times a day, you save a lot of energy, then you can have more time to have fun on the hill. So you can challenge yourself in deeper snow conditions. You can try that side hill. You've got more energy left at 2 p.m. in the afternoon than you would if you were starting your sled all day long.
Coming up, we do a little more work on our side-by-side vehicle transformation. Stay with us. This week, we're very fortunate to have Marc-Andre from Elka Suspension coming in to help out with our transformation. Because, as we know, suspension is quite an important component of any off-road vehicle. You can have the biggest engine, but if the tires don't touch the ground because the suspension isn't well calibrated, you just won't move. Among the things we like about Elka Suspension is that it's a local product. For the last 16 years, Elka has been made in Canada, in the province of Quebec. They began by manufacturing suspensions for ATVs. Then one thing led to another, and they started to build suspension for all off-road vehicles, including snowmobiles and side-by-sides. The focus of the company is to develop high-performance shock absorbers. Elka designs them, makes prototypes, and tests them. Then their job is to calibrate suspension geometry, optimize it without changing all the geometry of the vehicle, and really give it a maximum performance with the best calibrated shock absorbers. For our transformation, we'll be using the Legacy series. It's called Legacy because it was developed some time ago. The way it works for any vehicle is that you have to take the vehicle's measurements, install the shock absorbers, make sure you get the maximum geometry, and then you have to test it out to make the necessary adjustments. For more advanced tweaking, they improved their new series of shocks. It's called the 5 Series because it can be adjusted in 5 stages. These more advanced suspensions are not exclusively made for the side-by-sides. They can also be added to recreational ATVs, sports ATVs, motocross, and motorcycles. It's armed with this knowledge that our producer Ken was able to make the best choice for our transformation and, of course, to install the new suspension. Now, only time and our future chiropractic bills will tell the tale. But from past experience, we're pretty confident our ride will be the smoothest. This concludes our visit to the SnowShoot in West Yellowstone. Here's a look at what's coming up next week in the off-road zone. The Off-Road Zone was brought to you by CF Moto Canada. We're all in. Are you? Honda. Yamaha. Chaco. I'm Mark Gauguin, inviting you to join us again next week in the Off-Road Zone.